3x squared plus 8x minus 7. Now remember, whatever comes after the word from is your starting polynomial. Okay? So I have 3x squared plus 8x minus 7 minus the first one now. So when you are subtracting a polynomial, you have to make sure that you distribute that negative sign, or a negative 1, minus 2x. Now this is going to become plus 11. Now I can combine like terms. 3x squared minus 5x squared is negative 2x squared. 8x minus 2x is a positive 6x, and then the negative 7 plus 11 is a positive 4. And number 9, they want you to find the product of the multiplication of this trinomial times this binomial. Now in this case, what we're going to do is we are going to do double distribution. What that means is I'm going to multiply this times all of these terms. So I get 2x squared times x is 2x to the third. X times here is plus 7x squared, and then you get minus 10x. Now I'm going to multiply this, and you get plus 10x squared. You're going to get plus 35x, and then minus 50. At this point, I can combine like terms. 2x to the third, there's no other x to the third term. Plus 7x squared plus 10x squared is plus 17x squared. Minus 10x, which acts like a negative 10x, plus 35x, you get plus 25x. And then, just like this one, the 50 has no other constant to combine with, so this would be our, it would be just like that. For the top part here, what I want to do before I divide is I want to work with this exponent. So that exponent means that there's two factors of that base. So I get 8 times 8 is 64. A squared times a squared is a to the fourth. B to the third times b to the third is b to the sixth. So now that I've eliminated those parentheses, now I can simplify. 64 divided by negative 4 is negative 16. A to the fourth divided by a squared is a squared. B to the sixth divided by b to the third is b to the third. In number 11, it says to simplify this expression. Now, anytime you have negative exponents, you can simplify. So what they want you to do is simplify this and make sure that this expression does not have negative exponents. So think of it as an alternate way. This is saying 5 divided by a to the negative 2, b to the negative 2. Okay, so you get 5 divided by, well, this is 1 over a squared. This is 1 over b squared. This is 1 over a squared b squared. Now if you remember, when you're dividing fractions, you have to change this to multiplication and then do the reciprocal of that fraction. 5 times a squared b squared over 1 is 5a squared b squared over 1, or just 5a squared b squared. Remember, the shortcut is that when you have negative exponents, if it's a to the negative 2 in the denominator, then that means it's a squared in the numerator. So if you have 5, you have this is now going to the top as positive, and this is also going to the top as positive. So that would be your answer, just like I got over here. Number 12, remember there's a rule that I gave you that said that if you have a base raised to an exponent, then raised to another exponent, okay, you can multiply these two powers. So it becomes x to the m times n. So same thing here. A real quick way to do it is just to multiply all three of those numbers. So you get negative 1 times negative 2 times negative 3. So in that case you get positive 2 times negative 3, you get negative 6. Okay, and again, simplifying means to do it without negative exponents. So in this case, since this is in the top, it's in the top because it's over 1. This is going to go to the bottom, so it's going to be 1 over x. Remember, negative exponent means reciprocal or flip. Okay? Number 13, PR plus PT minus P over P. Now, if you're dividing a trinomial by one term, you have to divide all members of that trinomial by that denominator. PR divided by P is just R, PT divided by P is just T, and P divided by P is 1. Now, in this case, if it read something like this, you would say, P squared over T divided by P plus PT squared over P minus P over P. P squared divided by P, one of these factors cancels that, so you're left with PT. This cancels with that, T squared, and then P divided by P is 1, if it had looked like that.